Hello, we are back for another installment of this A to Z book tag where I am going to show you a bunch of books on my TBR that are in the middle grade category. I believe they all are. You can always let me know if I've mistakenly categorized something. But yeah, we're just going to go through starting with A and ending with Z. I will also leave the previous A to Z TBR video that I filmed in the description below, and feel free to check that out as well. So let's just hop right in. So I have not read any of these. Amulet, the Stonekeeper. I believe I actually have this whole series now, and I haven't read any of them yet. So I definitely want to read this one. It is a graphic novel, but I believe it's a middle grade graphic novel, so it still counts. That is what I'm going for A. For B, it is Birdwing by Rafe Martin. The thing that got me to buy this one from the thrift store was it says 6 brothers were turned into swans, and I was like, yeah, I'm there. Like, I don't need any more information. So hopefully this one's good. The next book is Copper Sun by Sharon M. Draper. I think I had heard about this one on BookTube as a recommendation, and so I picked it up. I don't know much about it. I don't know if it's historical or if it's modern. I'm not sure, but I've heard good things about this one, and so I'm looking forward to it. Letter D, The Dollmaker of Krakow. I really like this cover. I've never actually looked at the hardback. Okay, so it's just plain. This one was pretty well a cover buy, I think. And I bought it shortly after reading Romanov by Nadine Brandes. And so it kind of gave me similar vibes. I don't know if that is true or not, but it is definitely on my TBR. Letter E, come on, is The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte Middlestone. This one I heard about from JD Ray Reads here on BookTube, and she loved this one. So when I saw it at the thrift store, I totally had to pick it up. Unfortunately, because this is an advanced reading copy, all the lovely illustrations that the final copy has are not in this one. So that's a bit of a bummer, but I'm looking forward to reading this one. For letter F, I've got The Forgotten Girl by India Hill Brown. This one just has this kind of eerie cover, like her eyes are like completely black. And it looks like a wintry scene. I don't know, but I'm interested. I've got Goddess Tithe by Anne Elizabeth Stengel. I've never heard of this book or this author. It's a really short novella. I don't know. So far, I don't believe any of these are written by Christian authors. I find it really hard to find Christian middle grade, so please let me know in the comments below of your Christian middle grade recommendations, because I just don't find many, and I don't know why. But anyway, oh, this does say from the acclaimed winner of the 2012 Christie Award for Visionary Novel. Well, if it's a Christie Award winner, maybe it is a Christian author. I don't know, but it looks kind of cool. I don't really need to know much about books to give them a try. Horton Halfpot, or The Fiendish Mystery of Smugwick Manor, or The Loosening of Milady Luggertuck's Corset. This one won me. The cover got my eye, and then when I read the title, I just thought, this must be a funny book, because the title is funny. So hopefully Tom Engelberger is a good author, and I really enjoy his books, so hopefully. What letter are we on? We're on to letter I. Maybe I'll put this here. So, Indian Captive by Lois Lenski, the story of Mary Jemison. I don't know if this means that it's based on true events. I'm assuming it's based on true events. It is historical, Eastern Pennsylvania, 1758. Yeah, I'm not sure. It is, this author is a Newbery Medal winner. So I guess we'll see. It's quite thick actually for one of these trophy Newbery books, because they're usually, I feel like they're usually thinner. But let me know, of course. Struggles. So let me know if you have read that one. For the letter J, Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. I love this vintage edition. I'm very excited to read this book. I have never, but I've been eager to read it. So I hope I like it. I have read one of Jules Verne's other books and I did like it. So cross your fingers. The next one is Kidnapped by, I really love these editions, by Robert Louis Stevenson. Oh, and there's illustrations in it as well. So I don't know anything about this book other than it's considered a classic. So I've never even heard of it before. I know Robert Louis Stevenson is a classic author for kids fiction, so I assume it will be an adventure. Looks good. For L, I've got Listening for Lions. This one I've also heard great things about on BookTube here. So this is by Gloria Wellen. Yeah, pretty small. Yep. I don't have much to say about these because I either don't know much about them. That's pretty much the reason, because I don't know much about them. A Monster Calls with Patrick Ness. This one, however, I have already watched the movie, so I have an idea of what the story is about, but I have never read the story, so I'm gonna try that one. That's for the letter M. For N, I've got Nicola Berry and the Petrifying Problem with Princess Petronella. I got this one from the Dollar Tree for $1.25 or whatever it was. And I haven't read it yet, but I'm very curious about it. The cover drew my eye, but also, I don't know, a hilarious intergalactic adventure series you'll never forget. I don't know. Curious. Next up, the letter O, we've got Orphan. Orphan 11? Yeah, Orphan 11. By Jennifer Choldenko. This one I have actually had from the library before, if you remember, probably earlier in the year, I think. I had this book out and I renewed it as many times as I was able to, and I just hadn't gotten to it. So I think this works perfectly because I really want to read this one. Next up, Pages & Co. I don't know if that's technically considered the title. That might be like the series name, in which case this might be cheating. But this is going for letter P by Anna James. I've heard some stuff about it on BookTube. Some like it, some don't care for it. So I guess we will have to see what I think about it. Tilly and the Book Wanderers. Yeah, interested. I could not find a middle grade book either on my shelf or in the library that started with the letter Q. I'm sure there's a glaringly obvious one that you guys will tell me in the comments below, but I had to go with Escape from the Island of Aquarius because it includes the letter Q in the title. So this is a Frank Peretti, The Cooper Kids Adventure Series. This is book 2, so obviously I would have to read book 1 first, but this series is on my radar. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Oh wait, I said it again. The letter R, I've got Redwall, Brian Jacques. Jacques? Maybe you don't pronounce the S? I'm not sure. Yeah, I have heard of this series. Like, even when I was young, I feel like I remember hearing about this series, but I never read it. And I don't really know why. But it's a pretty long series. Not since Roald Dahl have children filled their shelves so compulsively. Anyway, Red Ball. Next up is Shadow by Jenny Moss. I don't have any reasons why I picked this one up. I have nothing to tell you about this one. Just that it's on my TBR and I want to read it at some point, so let me know if I should prioritize it. For the letter T, I have Tangles by Errol Broom. I chose this book because this is actually from my childhood. I don't know if I actually read it as a kid or if I just always had it, but I want to read it to see if anything like rings any bells, like, oh yeah, I did read this, or I've never read this before, but I have had it since I was a kid. So for the letter U, The Unwanteds was a fairly obvious choice, I feel like. It says The Hunger Games meets Harry Potter, which is funny because I haven't read or watched either of those, so I don't really know what I'm getting into here. But I know this series is huge, all these books. Plus, yeah, I've just heard good things about it, so I'm hoping that I like it when I get around to it. Next up, again, because I couldn't find any kids' books or middle grade books that started with the letter V, I'm going for The Marvels by Brian Selznick. I have 3 of his books now where they are told half in illustration like this and half in story form, and I have not tried any of them yet, but I really want to. I've heard amazing things, so hopefully Brian Selznick does not disappoint. Okay, for W, I've got The Westing Game. This one, I know Chantel had a readathon in summer with this one, and I had planned to join it, but I don't know, life must have gotten away from me, and I didn't get a chance to. I know that she did not care for it, right? But I still have it on my TBR. I'd still like to try it out, see what I think about it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about The Westing Game. Okay, next up, I found this one at the library because I didn't have a book on my shelf that started with X. And I was just planning to find a book that had the letter X in it, right? But then this gem caught my eye. Look at this. X-Venture Explorers. And there's the shark. Guys, I love sharks, especially great whites. So, like, this was just everything for me. Like, it's got the letter X, it's sharks, and graphic novel. Yep, I'm pretty stoked to read this one. I might read this one like ASAP because I'm super curious about it. Ooh, I like that picture. That's cool. Anyway, that's letter X. Letter Y is The Young Unicorns by Madeline L'Engle. I read A Wrinkle in Time last year, I think. I liked it enough. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was fine. But I'm curious about this one. It almost feels like it might be a little bit older, upper middle grade, but I don't know that for sure. So we will see. Starts with the letter Y. It works. And I'm curious to see if Madeline L'Engle, if any of her other books work for me. So the last book in this A to Z middle grade TBR is the letter Z. And of course I'm going with Deep Wizardry, and check it out, we got another shark. 2 sharks in one video, like we are acing today's video. This is by Diane Duane, and this cover just looks amazing, like 2 people swimming in the depths with all of these sea creatures. Like, I don't even need to know anymore. Like, I'm there, I'm totally there. Yeah, look at that. This one gets me really excited, actually. So yeah, let me know if you've read this one. And that is it for today's book tag / middle grade TBR. Let me know all of your thoughts. Which ones you've liked, which ones you haven't liked, which ones you've never heard of, whatever. Just Let's chat books in the comments below. Let's chat middle grade books in the comments below. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!